Let's hear from some of our viewers and listeners as we do on the Friday show via Discord. It is free to be on our Discord, of course. I have nothing to sell you other than a good time. You can find the Discord at davidpakman.com/Discord. Kevin from San Diego, welcome to the program. And last chance for Kevin from San Diego. Welcome to the show.
Oh, geez, I didn't realize I had to accept it on the thing. That was my bad.
What's going on?
Well, yeah, I was just calling. I kind of had two questions, but I guess I can get your choice. Do you want the abortion related one or the Israel-Palestine related one?
Kevin, I'm going to let you pick and just go. Everybody feel free to just go right into your question.
Okay. All right, fair enough. Okay, so I'll just do abortion. So
right.
the thing that always seems to happen on your show whenever you're discussing abortion stuff, I'm a pro-choice guy. I definitely am in support of all that stuff. But whenever you're talking about the things, you're generally representing the conservative position as, oh, they want to deny women their right to choose. They're restricting women's medical rights and all this stuff. Whereas I would think that the conservatives would generally be representing their position, whether or not they actually believe this, but they represent their position as that they are against babies being killed before they're born, right?
Yes,
So,
many of them would. I mean, I think the argument stands that effectively what they are saying is we decide what the women can do rather than the women. That still is effectively what they're doing. They would couch it as we're against murder or however such phraseology they would want to use. Sure.
right. Well, basically, what I'm asking is just like, why don't you uh, more describe or more like represent the thing whenever you're saying this thing? Like, they're saying we're against this child murder, but what basically, like, you're not representing the conservative position in a way that they would agree with. That's all.
Well, the way that they want their position represented by its nature is absurd and ridiculous, and we can't allow them to have that as the definition. I mean, listen, abortion doesn't meet the definition of murder legally. So then you go to, well, this is what they believe morally, or this is what they believe based on what their religion teaches them. And if we cede that ground in terms of what the law should be under civil government, we're already completely off track. So I understand what you're saying. You're not wrong, Kevin, but it simply doesn't comport with reality. And in practice, what they are saying is they get to decide what medical procedures should be available to women rather than the women themselves. And so I think it's critical that we do represent it for what it empirically is. They say it's murder. Well, legally, it doesn't meet the definition of murder, and they're not really bringing anything to the table that has convinced me that that is the way it should be designated. In practical terms, what they're doing is they're saying, we decide, not the women with their doctors. And so that's why that's what I call it, because it's what it is.
Yeah, I guess without there being like a change to the definition of when life begins, they don't really have any ground to stand on. That makes sense.
Yeah, and here's the thing. This debate is not won or lost on this basis. And this is the thing a lot of people have to understand. I've outlined this thought experiment before. Imagine that science determined that life, by the definition we agree on, if we could even do that, starts at, I don't know, 16 weeks and 3 days into gestation. Do you think if science resolved that all of a sudden all of these anti-choicers say, I'm fine with abortion until 16 weeks and 3 days? Of course not. And so part of this also has to be that they will continue moving the goalposts no matter what science determines. And that's another reason not to get caught in these philosophical black holes.
Yeah, I'm always I'm the only reason I sort of bring it up is that it always seems like it's a position from which people won't take you seriously or engage with you if you're not representing the thing that they are at least purporting to think.
Yeah, no, I mean, listen, in longer form conversations about this, I think it's fine to acknowledge what their view is and to immediately say that there's no logical basis on which to engage with it as such. And thus, we have to have different parameters for the conversation. If we can't, there's really no conversation to have.
That's fair. Well, that's about it. I'll catch you next time with my other question.
All right, Kevin from San Diego, great to hear from you.